What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the DX Gamer Show. I'm Operation DX, and today I'm going to do an update video on 7 Days to Die. Over the last weekend, Alpha 2 was released for 7 Days to Die, and today we're going to be checking it out. Lots of new things in the game. There was tons of stuff in the changelog, but noticeably the menu system has gotten an update with a bunch of different things we can do in the settings. I like to turn the mouse down because I feel it is a little too snappy in the game itself, so I like to just kind of slow it down a little bit. And then this pretty much hasn't changed. You can select between two different of each a female and a male character, basically wearing different clothes. But here is a big change to the game. You can do lots of stuff when you start a new game. So let's run through a few of the things that you can do when you start a new game. You can basically start off by changing the difficulty of the game. I assume that's how hard the zombies and the enemies are going to be that come towards you. You can change the length of the day-night cycle, which I think is absolutely awesome. Friendly fire, if there's multiplayer. Enemy spawning you can turn off, which I think is kind of peculiar. Basically, I don't think any zombies will spawn in your world, so it'll give you time to like build up your thing and pretty much just make it a survival world without zombies, pretty much. I wouldn't really recommend turning that off because I think it takes away from the fun. And then they've added a couple of different game modes here, so you can do deathmatch or zombie horde or the normal survive mode. So let's go ahead and name our world and hop in and see what has changed. So while we're playing the game here, I'm going to run through the changelog a little bit. Not the entire thing because it's enormous, but as you can see, they've added a bunch of new things to the game. Stealth mode, forging, new biomes, they added new locations, knockback, and they added some tools, and we'll talk about that in a second. One of the things I actually didn't show in the beginning of this video is they added a FOV slider, which basically, gives you a wider angle of view, which I definitely like. I cranked that sucker up to 90 because it was actually defaulted at 60. And happy day for us, our very first looting gives us pretty much a shotgun and a pistol, which is pretty ridiculous. But they added something that's going to add some flavor to getting weapons in the game, and that is there's a chance that the weapons will have like 25 to 75% damage, and that's probably a good thing too. They've also added like a repair tool, but let me go ahead and I'm just going to run down a little bit of the changelog just to, tell you guys what's going on and what's new and stuff in the Alpha 2. Okay, this list is giant, and I don't know how much of it I'm going to go through, but let's go ahead and start at the top. World changes. They've added a new large wasteland city, and it's called Gravetown. I'm going to try to make my way there in this video, but anything can happen. I actually started very, very far away. Added new housing development in the north central of the map, basically added a new street called Husker Avenue. Added a large wasp hive to the Central Forest region. Added new multiplayer deathmatch maps, Wasteland War, Wasteland Scrimmage, Forest Scrimmage, and they've also added new zombie horde maps, Wasteland Horde and Forest Horde. Added a new universal repair tool and the recipe to craft it. Basically, you can hit the right click to repair damaged blocks and doors and stuff. I think that's pretty awesome, actually. Added a hunting rifle and ammo. Added a craftable crossbow and crossbow bolts. Added craftable pipe bomb that can be lit and thrown and will explode in chain reactions. Added a pump shotgun with a long barrel. A feather item, not sure what that is. Lootable bird nest in the world. Egg item, not sure what that is. Food item, honey, and implemented into the giant mutated hives, so it's pretty much like a loot item. AI and enemy changes. Added a new wall climbing spider zombie. Yep, that sounds pretty terrible. Added a new zombie dog that can run faster than regular zombies. We actually encounter one of these in the video. You'll see that. Added a new acid-puking Hulk zombie cop whose acid vomit melts blocks and he explodes with low health. Jesus. That guy's, I think we've seen with those before, but now they puke zombies. That'd be interesting. They puke acid, and that damages blocks. Added giant mutated hornets and hive. So, yep, that's going to be good. We actually see one of those in the video, too. Added new burnt zombie to burnt forests. That's kind of cool, kind of like categorizing them. New spawning system improvements. New base zombie sound set. So we've got some new sounds for the zombies, which I've noticed, and it's pretty awesome. It makes the game sound a little more scary. Love it. New base zombie climb ladder behavior. So I guess they can climb ladders. So just a second ago, we saw one of those dogs we were just talking about, and then here is one of those bees, the giant bees that we're talking about. And man, these things are ugly. Yeah, that's not something I would want to run into. Anyway, the changelog is a freaking novel. There is so many updates and changes, and you can actually kind of see some of them here with some UI updates, and they updated some of the art for some of the weapons and ammo. Yeah, tons of stuff. Looking pretty good. Game runs good. I'm pretty happy about that. And I actually have not spent a lot of time with the multiplayer mode in this game yet, but they've added a ton of stuff to multiplayer as well. This game is starting to shape up really quickly, and it's looking pretty awesome. I cannot wait to see further additions and stuff to this game, because pretty much all the goals for the Kickstarter campaign were met, and there was some pretty large things that they were talking about doing for this game. So if they're able to pull all of that off, I will be a happy camper indeed, because this game is fun. It is of some of the better, like, not only survival games, but it's the better kind of like block building of a lot of games. Of course, I've been playing a lot of other ones like Space Engineers, which I like, that has potential. Of course, this game feels a lot more finished than a lot of these newer, voxel-based block games. And I can't say I'm like all that disappointed that all these kind of games are coming out, because I definitely like them. Although I do have a concern that we are going to see kind of like a saturation. As long as there's new elements to each and they, maintain some uniqueness or gameplay, I think, they'll be okay. But if they're like direct copies of like Minecraft, we've already played that game, right? And that's, of course, why I've picked the ones to cover pretty much on my channel, because I pretty much won't cover like Minecraft clones. Although the ones that I have done, like Starforge or StarMade, Space Engineers, or this game, they're all unique enough in their own right to separate themselves from Minecraft. So I think these all are good games, and they're going to be good games, potentially. As long as these developers finish their freaking games, I think we'll be just fine. This one, of course, seems like it has got the most potential for getting finished. In fact, after the Kickstarter, I mean, this was more complete than a lot of those other games. Unfortunately, I haven't had a ton of time this week in particular, so I haven't had a chance to really sit down and play this Alpha 2. This is basically going to be, just an update video of what has changed. But I would like to somewhere find some time to sit down and play this Alpha 2 properly, and then really see if, this game has changed a lot. I like the stuff that I'm seeing in the options menu, basically being able to do a lot of stuff to the game. Like if you just want to like build up your fort and you don't want any zombies spawning on you or whatever, you can basically do that. That's kind of cool. So you can set it in kind of like a creative mode as well. There's like a cheat mode, which I probably won't do, because that usually makes the game not as fun unless I'm like doing some ridiculous like build. But this game really isn't that kind of game where you're just gonna like build some awesome thing in the world. I just don't see that as being like the main focal point of what you're gonna do. Sure, you'll make your base and your home or whatever, that kind of thing, but I don't see you making like your big Star Trek ship in this game. Of course, I'm sure some people will do it, but yeah, I found this location actually to be interesting. There's a lot of new interesting places along the map. It feels a little more populated with buildings and stuff. This may have been in the original game, but I didn't really come across it, so I found this pretty interesting. And unfortunately, I didn't make it to the new city during this recording. Maybe I'll do another one. I did do kind of like a mini Let's Play when the game first came out, and I was waiting for the game to fill out a little more. So if I do play it and find that the game, you know, is worthy of like spending a little more time and doing some more videos about, I probably will do that. But for now, I'm going to fall to my doom in about 2 seconds. Sorry, I spoiled that for you. There you go, and that pretty much concludes the end of this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, and take care.